Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Brother has the mic.
First of all, I just want to say, man, I'm genuinely overwhelmed.
See, this is a beautiful human. That's a great man right there. See, ask him. Go ahead, Killer Mike.
Before I was ever Killer Mike, I was just Michael Renda. I grew up west side here, 15 minutes west of here. And I've been a follower and a listener, a study and admirer. Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. I was 15 years old. And when you feel a moral responsibility, regardless of the music. When you say something, you say something. I haven't had the hit songs that a lot of my contemporaries had. I haven't had the vanity recognition a lot I've had, but I'm in the same circles because I've always stood on integrity and respect because it was always what was expected of me, of the men that were surrounding me. My father who introduced me to Islam, Michael Renda Sr., Brothers of the Nation, even Brothers of Sunnis who got me later, and I'm glad I'm kind of calm and composed myself. I was telling my brother No ID earlier, I have a hard time being in your presence. I feel a lot like that rich man who just asked Jesus, what do I need to do? Or that woman who wanted to touch his garment. So I want to duly acknowledge that you are God's force and you've moved in my life for over half my life, and I appreciate you so greatly, more than you will ever know. And I realized, and you gave me a lot, so I just want to just defer comment. I want to just sit, and I just want to hear you tell them that, because they don't understand, Minister, that when we stepped into hip-hop and when we got money, you became a politician. You are so much more than a rapper. We feel as though we rapping, we represent what's real, and that ought to be enough. When you said we stepped into a game bigger than we know, we don't understand we're on the world stage. I've been to over 4 countries now. I've been to over 4 continents. I've been to many different countries. And the one thing I see when I go in every country, I see an Ice Cube shirt, a Tupac shirt, and a Niggas with Attitude shirt. The police, the life and death side, and we all know Tupac's legacy. They don't have a concept of how global their message is. They have no concept that no longer are you just rappers, because hip-hop was never rap. It was a self-motivation force to transform the lives of people in the South Bronx, and it became a worldwide force to transform the lives of everybody, and we have zero understanding of it. The black managers and executives that say that they understand have no understanding because they're more worried about 4 first-week numbers than they are systemic change over 52 weeks of the year by the music. They have no understanding that the words of revolution, when they say F the police because they were harassed in Compton or harassed in Atlanta, or a tip was caught by the ATF, they have no understanding that this affects young men in Rwanda. I want you to people with their vanity titles of VPs and presidents of these so-called companies that get fired very easily as a UPS worker can keep his job longer than some brothers in this room because he's a member of a union. Yet we have no real unions amongst us. We have no real unions that align us together formally or informally. And I would like for you to speak to that because these brothers have no idea of how truly connected we are. They have no understanding that what's happening in the South happened in South Africa, and if freedom and emancipation can happen there, it can happen here. I just need you to really get to the core. Stop going easy on us. Give it to them. Help them understand that you're beyond where you thought you at. We don't understand that when we speak against war, they would like to kill us like Dr. King. They would like to take one of us out like Mac was taking. Say, well, he's the fault, he's to blame. They don't understand that. And I've been a part of that, and I want to apologize to Dee Dee. I want to tell the members of the hip-hop community I apologize for my part, but I really want you to speak to, and if you don't speak to nobody else, just speak to me. Because I want to do it right and not wrong, because I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing my people fall.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear it for brother. Thank you, brother. I'll just say a few things. You know, as I ended my talk, I gave a hint of something that's coming. You never want the anger of the masses to turn on us because we failed them in the most crucial hour that we're in right now. I thank you, my dear brother, for what you said. But most of all, I thank you for your spirit, because I believe that spirit is really the spirit of most in this room when the veneer is taken away. You know, and we really look at ourselves and look at our potential power and look at the degradation that's among our people. I'll close this by saying two things. One, once you make a stand for what is right, you must be willing to suffer at the hands of the enemy of right, but you will be the winner. See, I already know that we are the winner. I can't take sides with the enemy of what is right for my people, even if I die in the struggle, because life is meant for a purpose. We are born to die. It's just how you die and for what reason you die that makes your living and your dying worthwhile. So if you fear reprisal for standing up for right, you're not a good leader for your people. You got to be willing. Your cross, because there's always a cross when you stand up for right in a world as wrong as this is. But you got to be willing to pay the price to free your people. Otherwise, you're not akin to the ancestors who died to give us this time today. See? So you're in the valley of decision now. Some of us gonna punk out. Oh yeah. There's always somebody that got an excuse. But then you'll be seen. Especially when you look in the mirror. And you'll be seen by others as one who failed the test. But if you had unity, you would not suffer. Believe me, we stand up for what is right together, they'll bow down. And if they can make you afraid, then you bow down. But when you are in unity, you'll see fear come into them. And you'll get your way. Now here's the consequence of step number 2. See, what rap has done, or hip-hop has done, it has put us in a light where now we are killing each other and the enemy is planning to kill us all. I'm going to say it again. We are actually living in the valley of the shadow of death. Now, if we keep killing each other with our beefs, we're operating on such a low level that you're going to smoke your brother over some little beef, and here God has come to put you on top, and you are killing the people of God, and you don't think there's a consequence for that? And what is the consequence? The Bible says that those who did not want to follow Moses and Aaron and rebelled against their guidance, they were bitten by fiery serpents. But if we continue on this path of promoting the killing of one another, then God himself will chastise us with a chastisement that was never seen in the annals of the history of prophets. Now, you either will come up right or you will answer with your life. I'm not talking just to be talking. I know it's on the way. And if you open your eyes, you can see the enemy already. He don't care nothing about you marching in Jenna. He done put the boy back in jail to show you he don't care nothing about what you do. It's getting to the point where it's either throwdown time. And you are the one to wake your people up and unite them. And God will defend and protect us. But we're going to have to be willing to pay the price that every oppressed people pay when they really want to be free. Damn it, and that's the question. Do you really want to be free? Or do you want to leave another generation to still fight the same enemy that we are fighting today, that our fathers fought yesterday and our grandfathers fought the year before? We cannot afford to lose another generation hoping that white folk are going to treat us better. Look into Washington. If we are not in unity, we can't force the Justice Department to do right by us. So we're going to have to unite and be willing to pay the price to be free. It's better to be dead than to live like we're living. You don't have any life. Look at your people. A beautiful young black girl in West Virginia. But it's because of us that don't love and respect our women enough that a white man could do that to a black woman and expect nothing in return. Go ahead, man. No people allow their women to be hurt and they don't come back with something. What kind of men have we become? And as long as your woman is a bitch and a whore in your mind, you'll never stand up for her. And if you won't stand up for her and the children that she produces for us, it is better that we be dead. And soon you will be. We got to stand up.